50. These two All-Stars can be.
What up, Hoopers? This is Planet Hoops.
I'm John Tucker.
I'm Isaiah Moore, and we're here to talk basketball. This is our very first episode. We got so much to talk about. One of the biggest NBA trades that happened this season, James Harden to the Brooklyn Nets, okay? Hey, we from Brooklyn, so we like
This is a big deal. It makes us automatic championship contenders. Harden has been rumored to be moved for a while now. It was always going between Brooklyn and Philly. It seems like the main two places. Brooklyn won out.
We got it. So basically, John, kind of break down to us exactly every movement that happened because of this trade.
There's a lot of pieces and people getting moved after this trade. So obviously Brooklyn was going to get James Harden as well as a second-round pick from Cleveland. We just care about James Harden. So what they gave up, Houston is getting Victor Oladipo. They flipped him for Caris LeVert. They're also getting Dante Exum, decent backup point guard. And what's this guy's name? We're going to try to say his name correctly. Rodions Kurucs. I think I said that right.
It doesn't really matter though.
It doesn't. He's a throw-in.
Who is he? Continue.
But also get 3 unprotected first-round picks from Brooklyn. That includes 2022, 2024, and 2026. Also 4 pick swaps. That's 2021, 2023, 2025, and 2027. That is a lot of picks.
That's a lot. They we want to win this year. It's happening.
They gave up a lot of picks, and the last time that Brooklyn did something like this was the Boston trade. And if you guys have any good memory, that didn't work out too well. Everybody was 50 years old, and Dan Williams turned trash.
Dan Williams did not.
I don't know, but we're going to break down these trade details of who else got moved. So also, Cleveland got Jared Allen. They have a weird problem going on there. I feel like they want to make more moves because now they have Jared Allen, Andre Drummond, and Larry Nance Jr. So they have a bunch of big guys.
It's weird. I saw a post say the towers around the sex land. It's so weird.
I believe that's a reference for Colin Sexton.
Yeah, but it's a weird. They gotta change that. It sounds like a community full of orgies.
It sounds like an adult film.
It
sounds
like
an
do
adult
something
film.
about that. Change that name.
And the Pacers got involved in the trade. They, like I said, they flipped Oladipo for Caris LeVert, who I think is an underrated player who's going to bring a lot to that team. They also get a second-round pick from 2024. I think that's all the trade details. Like I said, a lot of people was moved during this move, and yeah.
That's crazy, though. Well, who do you think is there any wins or losses in these trades? Who do you feel like won, and who do you feel like lost when it comes to these trades?
Well, Brooklyn won.
We know that. You
Personally,
that.
Yeah. Personally, a lot of people is going to be worried about the fit. Because you got a lot of guys who like to dribble, like to ISO, like to shoot off the dribble. You got James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant.
It's very true.
But those are 3 superstars, and this is arguably the most offensive, talented trio we ever seen in NBA history. I don't think that's hyperbole. All of these guys are capable of averaging 30 plus on any given night.
I'm looking forward to it. I see them bowling. I see them going far in the playoffs. I see us going straight to the finals. Walking straight to the finals. I just see it.
I think the floor for Brooklyn is literally the finals.
Yeah.
That's the floor.
That's what's going to be. As far as before Harden got traded to the Brooklyn Nets, do you feel like he kind of messed up his image, how he was kind of acting towards Houston, the whole organization? How do you feel about exactly how he was acting?
I think he handled it very unprofessionally. I think he handled it very childlike. I believe in standing up for your teammates and sticking up for your teammates because those guys don't have any beef with the organization. Y'all guys are still a team. So to be called out by both DeMarcus Cousins and John Wall in the way you're acting, you came to camp out of shape, bro. Look like Kimbo Slice with a gut.
My son,
you still dropped 40. You still dropped 40. But you showed from day one that you wanted out. You wasn't taking anybody in the Houston uniform and the organization seriously, and I think he handled it very, very badly. And I knew as soon as he said what he said after the Lakers lost.
Yeah, that was he was ready to go. And,
yeah.
And the crazy thing is, KD's I'm fine with it. Bring Kimbo over here. As sources say that KD was pushing to get James Harden. Is that something that was happening, or is this just people saying that? Because at first he said he didn't say anything about
it. Cat. We know that was lies. KD and Harden obviously have a relationship from their OKC days. Remember their finals run in 2012 when they got their ass spanked by LeBron, D. Wade, and the Heatles.
I remember that.
So they already have a relationship. We all know that Kevin Durant is a top 3 NBA player. James Harden is a top 5. He's not in my top 5. That's another video for another time.
Another time, not right now.
But you basically got 3 top 10 players on one team. So yes, KD was pushing for this. We know KD wants to win championships. That's the only reason you put in a jersey on these days.
Facts.
So I feel like he was in touch with Harden. I feel like Harden looked really bad during this whole tirade. But hey, it is what it is.
Got what he wanted.
Brooklyn definitely the biggest winner because they was going after James Harden, and that's what they got. And they just, like I said, they definitely trio the 3 most talented offensive players in the NBA right now.
Kyrie Irving. How do we feel about how he's been acting? Do you feel like it's gonna mess up what they have going in Brooklyn? How do you feel like that's gonna plan out?
That's a big bag because now this trade is even weirder because now you have 3 guys, your 3 superstars, not as much as James Harden, but they all have uneasy relationships with the media. Kevin Durant always had his beef with the media. Kyrie Irving has his huge beef with the media. As you know, recently he called them pawns and peons. I do feel like Kyrie Irving as a person is not getting regarded enough. And I feel like everybody who feel like Kyrie should shut up is just like the chick from Fox who said shut up and dribble. Athletes are more than athletes. Athletes are people too.
A lot of people say like, why aren't you able? You could play ball and still try to help the world become a better place. Do you feel like they make a valid point, or do you feel like man should do what he want to do? So a lot of people saying his attitude is more of, I feel this way, I'm not coming to practice. Like he's not letting anybody know his whereabouts. Do you think he can go about it in a better way, or do you feel like the way he's doing it is fine?
I think Kyrie can communicate better with his team. I don't feel like he owes the world an explanation. I feel like he just owes James Harden and Kevin Durant, that organization, that staff, their explanation, because he does have contractual obligations to that team. But it doesn't mean he cannot do his activist things as well. And he already said that he's willing to sacrifice everything for justice reform. And we all seen what Colin Kaepernick has gone through. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I feel like the NBA media just really want guys to shut up and dribble sometimes. I don't believe they don't really like when they talk about social justice.
Yeah, that's definitely a fact. Maybe I know he's standing for justice, but maybe after getting hard, he's like, hold on.
I can focus on this basketball shit now.
I can do both. I'll be right over.
More rings.
Some more rings under your belt, Kyrie.
You bring a ring to Brooklyn, bro. Like I'll be marching right with you. I'll be marching either way.
That's a fact.
But Kyrie, bring a ring to Brooklyn. I believe in what you're doing personally. I feel like the media is really harping on him. I feel like he's a great dude. He has maybe a lot of unique ideals that people don't agree with. Doesn't mean you should critique him as a man, which I feel like a lot of people.
That's facts. Y'all, thank you for watching our videos, man. Subscribe to our channels if we help y'all with some information. Leave some questions, comments, do whatever you want. Just subscribe. We're here all the time.
Subscribe and like.
Planet Hoops.
Before we go, Planet Hoops. I'm always gonna come with some heat.
Bring the heat.
CDG, Air Forces, Nike. Y'all already know. Y'all gonna see this all the time. Y'all be like, how many sneakers this nigga got? But y'all gonna see, man. Subscribe and like, man.
Subscribe and like.
Planet Hoops.
We been living like we Rambo.